What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I want to talk about Dragon Ball Squadra. It is roughly under a week away from releasing and I am very excited for it, but I don't want what happened with Sparking Zero to happen in this game where it just immediately falls off, and I want this game to have a long shelf life. So I want to talk about something that is kind of bothering me as like a little red flag, that if it keeps going on like this we're not going to see much variety in the game, and that is characters super attacks being basically the same for most of the roster. And what I mean by these super attacks being basically the same is that I did a tally. I counted there are 17 characters in the game, and half of them all have a super attack where it is just a giant AoE field of damage, and they all have like a secondary effect or something, but the main purpose of the super attack is just a giant AoE field of damage. And I kind of feel like that might be a little repetitive, as even some of the characters have like the exact same super, like Goku, Vegeta, Zamasu, Frieza, Cooler all have this super attack where they throw a giant ball down and is a circle AoE attack, and it just kind of feels a little uninspired. I'm not trying to rip on the game or say like, oh, this game's gonna be terrible, don't even play it, because I really want this game to do good. I want this game to be enjoyable, have a long shelf life, like I was saying, but I also do want to see a little bit of uniqueness in each of the characters. Like, at first I was kind of thinking like, okay, I guess this is going to be kind of the direction they go. A lot of these characters are just going to have AoE super attacks, and I guess that's just going to be it. But then I saw the Hit character reveal, and Hit has a super unique, super cool super attack that is just like perfect for his character and what he does. He goes into like this, I guess he's invisible maybe. I don't know how it looks for the enemy when Hit pops it, but when you're playing as Hit and you pop it, it looks like you just kind of go around, you're invisible. Maybe like the enemy sees a bunch of clones that's moving around and stuff. But it is super unique to Hit's character, and it like fits Hit's character so good. It's not this just giant AoE explosion, and it looks like it has like a purpose where it's really strong in a 1v1 fight, and that looks really cool. But then we have a giant list of characters who have basically like baby Android 18 and Cell all just do an explosive wave that's a giant AoE circle. And in MOBAs, I've played MOBAs a little bit, AoE attacks are very, very strong for objective securing. So when you fight the Great Ape in the middle, I feel like it's just going to be a clusterfuck of everyone. When the Great Ape's HP gets down just to a little bit left, everyone's going to be throwing their giant AoE super attacks trying to secure, and I feel like it's going to just whittle down to luck of the draw as to who gets the final hit on the Great Ape. You could say like, oh, that's why you gotta try to kill the enemy team before it happens, but a lot of times it's not going to end up like that. People are just going to be focusing on the Great Ape in the middle, and then it's going to end up to whose Spirit Bomb or Supernova or Explosive Wave gets that final tick and kind of just turns the tide of the match. And I feel like that's just not a very fun gameplay mechanic. I think that super attacks should be kind of unique to the character and not all just exactly the same. But that's just kind of my thought on it. I hope that, seeing as Hit had a super unique attack to him, tailored to him, that future characters that they are cooking up are going to have their own unique super attacks that feel like it is a perfect match for that character, and we're not going to see just a bunch of slop AoE attacks, as I do want this game to be very enjoyable and not, as I was saying, have a long shelf life so that a lot of people play it. But that's just kind of my opinion. I feel like we're getting a little stale on the AoE super attacks. Like, half of the roster having it isn't a really great look, I think, because again, they're pretty strong, I think. So I'm just kind of hoping for more unique super attacks, and that's just kind of a little bit of a red flag I'm starting to see as I've been watching more and more of these character spotlights as they have been releasing. So I kind of just want to know what you guys think of the whole super attack situation. Maybe I'm blowing it out of the water. It's not that big of a deal. I just need to quit crying, but I kind of see it as we're kind of going down a rabbit hole where every character is going to have just a giant AoE super attack, and it's going to get really tiring really quick, as super attacks are supposed to be kind of like unique to that character, as they have like a huge cooldown. You unlock it like at level 6. It's this big ultimate move, but we're just kind of seeing it used as a AoE spam. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, that I'm an idiot, or whatever you guys think. But that's going to be it for this video. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.